Hello everybody, and just here, and welcome back to Shinmai Renkinjutsushi no Tenpo Keiei, Management of a Novice Alchemist, episode 11. If I'm not mistaken, I don't think I am. I am not. It is indeed episode 11. Right. What happened in the last episode? Well, in the last episode, Iris's father and Kate's mother have arrived. I mean, that happened at the end of episode 9, but in episode 10, we learned what the deal is. And apparently, Iris's father kinda sorta got into debt because some shady people of the Greedily family, of the Dilly family, rather, I think that guy's name was Shadily. Yeah, I think it was Shadily. Got them into trouble, got them into debt, and now they want Iris as their betrothed, as a compensation for no, not as compensation. Or I think it was something like, yeah, someone said that we're gonna pay off your debt if you let me marry your daughter, something along those lines. They're probably all connected, and it's a one big, huge conspiracy. Thankfully, Sarasa figured things out. She knew about the Dilly family, and she knows that the whole thing is just an attempt to scam them out of money and out of daughter, and that's not gonna happen. So they went on to find some expensive ingredients. They stumbled upon some lava lizards, I believe, on some mountain, on some volcano mountain thing, and later they also stumbled upon a salamander on that very same mountain. And of course, they had absolutely no trouble dispatching lava lizards because Sarasa is overpowered the way she is. But the fuck, the salamander, the salamander might be a different story. We'll see. I don't think they faced off against that salamander yet. No, I don't think they did. I don't think they did. Okay, let me fiddle with exposure a little bit because it's yeah, I don't quite like the. Oh no, that's I shouldn't have done that. Okay, yeah, I'm just gonna leave it be. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave it be. Never mind. Never mind. Not gonna fiddle around with settings now during the recording. So yeah, now we're gonna face off against the salamander, and we're probably all gonna get rich out of gathering all those materials, all those ingredients. The debt will be paid, and the Dilly family will be left with nothing yet again. Hopefully. We'll see. We'll see what happens, because honestly, any number of things can happen. Honestly, I don't even recall if they fought the salamander yet or not. I don't think they did. I don't think they did. But we'll see. We'll see about that in this episode, of course. Also, brief housekeeping thing. This episode's gonna be late. I'm terribly sorry for that. Work. I hate the fact that I have a job, but unfortunately, I do have a job, and I don't always have the time to record when I want to record. And it sucks, major balls, but it is what it is. But yeah, we're here, and we can record, and we can watch, and you're gonna need your subs, of course, to keep along with the video. To stay synchronized, I'm gonna need my sound to hear what's going on, and of course I'm gonna have to ask you for your support. If you don't want me to have a job, support me monetarily. Patreon throne links in the description below, or if you don't want to spend any money whatsoever, it's completely free. Share my content, spread the words. Spread the word, costs you nothing, helps the channel grow. And now, with that, out of the way, we can start watching episode 11 of Management of a Novice Alchemist in 3, 2, 1, go. Yeah, we haven't fought the Salamander yet. That's some great music, by the by. Indeed it is. Oh, you're gonna get a good view. Worry not. It's probably enraged. It's already agitated. Okay, so that's the issue. Not strong for Sarasa. She can manage. Yeah, now the problem's gonna be that the salamander is on the loose, and it will look for food and stuff. And it's probably gonna go towards the village, because it seems to be the closest place with humans. So it's gonna be a repeat of the Hellflame Grizzly stampede. Unless, of course, we find the salamander before it makes it to the village, which would be ideal. It's not a cheat, it's a life hack. I should play Atelier games. They were on sale recently, I should have bought them. But then again, I barely have the time to record, let alone play games and stream them. Oh well. F. Okay, so they just run. Yeah, they've all been killed by the lava lizards. And the salamander. Probably, yes. That's a lot. How do you have this kind of money? Broccoli, white porridge? Yeah, this one was definitely bigger. Yeah. Lava lizards were like 5 meters. This thing was 20 odd, I'd say. Yeah, let's just kill the salamander. Simple enough, isn't it? Yeah. And then some, probably. Probably, if she takes off the limiter. For the materials, of course. And as her own aspiration, probably. The limiter, that's one thing. No, it's a stampede of the salamanders, probably. Some nice stationery. Okay. I like that they're mentioning the ecosystem. It's important, right, for the all the ingredients and stuff. Oh, okay. So we got a little bit of a callback to okay at their normal strength. This one seems ever so slightly stronger than normal, though. Eventually, it's gonna. Yeah. You should gear up and go fight the salamander. True, two birds with one stone. Okay, okay, cool, cool. They are actually gearing up. I was afraid they're just gonna hand wave it and go there as they are, but no, they are actually gearing up. Okay, to make some heat resistant clothes and ice arrows. Asking friends for help. Okay. Shows us Sarasa's growth throughout the season. That's a fairly simple map. Yeah, she's probably been working throughout the night to prepare the protective gear and stuff. Of course she can. She's your wife. How could she deny? A deer head, sure. I guess it's a local specialty. Loria's not even going back to her home, is she? She's just living here. Yeah, they're gonna need all the strength they can get to fight the salamander. Okay, we're halfway through. Chances are we can still fight the salamander in today's episode. Okay, the earthquakes are getting stronger and stronger, it seems. Yeah. Yeah, they seem to pose an actual danger now. Probably the last minute to take down the salamander. Baited. Okay, approach it from the underground. Of course she's here. With a mask on and whatnot. Of course. No one's gonna recognize you, no worries. Yeah? It's erupting. Slowly but surely. Oh, the music coming in again. I love this track. Probably my favorite track of the show. I very rarely pay attention to the music in anime, honestly. But this is a great track. And her master is here even in the commercial break thing. I mean, worst case scenario, she can just rip off the limiter and go berserk. Oh, does their heat protective gear have like bear ears on it? Did I see it correctly? Is it like a bear kigurumi? Or whatever you call it? I mean, who wouldn't be? Yeah. Yep. That makes for one hell of a motivation, doesn't it? Not wanting to lose any more people that she cares about, right? It's a big pool of lava. I'm guessing the salamander is swimming in it? Yeah. That's also very liquid lava. Is she gonna take over the limiter? Yep. Okay, so that's the plan. Or at least the last resort. No, it is the plan. Gotcha. Oh, so what's in the bag? Be sure not to miss. Okay, ice crystals. Yeah, that makes for a great motivation, doesn't it? That's some great visual on the lava. And on the... Okay. Okay. Color me impressed. Color me impressed by the visuals of it. Now it went, slightly down, but the introduction of it, that was some amazing visuals. Shouldn't you be using, like, water magic instead of ice magic? Water extinguishes fire, fire melts ice, that kind of deal. Okay, it recognizes who the danger is. Yeah, see, at times the visuals of this salamander are great. Charging one huge attack. Master Ex Machina? Or is... Yeah, she's gonna be able to withstand it, of course. But they're your friends. Yeah. And also, they're indebted to you, so... It's not at its normal... Yeah, that's the issue. Okay. Just extinguish the flames. No, not really. Just create a sort of a permanent barrier. And just like that, even the magma froze. Right, she only has so much mana, doesn't she? Is it gonna be just about burly enough? Or is it gonna be a Master Ex Machina moment? Master Ex Machina moment. Yep. Master Ex Machina. She just needed a little bit of that Nakama power, you know? A little bit of that I believe in you, right? It's an ice eruption. Not quite what you'd expect to come out of a volcano. Now decapitated, just to make sure. True. Yeah, I guess it makes sense. Even if they did confirm right now that it's just frozen and not dead, what can they really do about it? Right? Not like Iris and Kate can just fight it on their own. And she's out cold. Like the salamander. And that's it. Okay. So I'm assuming the finale is just gonna be a bit of a closure. Wait, it is 12 episodes, right? Not 13 or something? I think it is 12. And open again. Ice crystal and the tip of an ice arrow. Very in the red. She made quite a few purchases, didn't she? Uh, okay. I guess all that's left right now, since it's just the final credits and there's never any after credit scene after those, I guess we should just watch it again. Shall we? Shall we? Yes, we shall. Yeah, the salamander. Sarasa is able to keep up with it, at least somewhat. But of course, it was given like 2 weeks. 2 weeks? I think they mentioned 2 weeks. 2 weeks of time to grow stronger and to grow less groggy. So the salamander's gonna be, of course, bigger of a threat. Full report on our investigation. I wish I could read it, but alas. At least, yeah, grizzlies aren't an issue. Lizards are docile, so they probably won't attack the village unprovoked. Just the salamander is an issue because apparently it's strong enough to shift ley lines and cause volcanic eruption, and you wouldn't want a volcano to erupt so close to your village, right? Although I guess it's kind of a double-bladed sword. Uh, the volcanic eruptions. Volcanic ash makes for some incredibly good soil for plants to grow. Many of the Mediterranean, for example, villages benefit a lot from volcanic ash in their soil. Uh, Wine and vineyards growing on volcanic, like on volcanoes, on inactive or dormant volcanoes. That's very common all around the world, not just in the Mediterranean area, because volcanic ash, again, is amazing soil. So if they got a little bit of that volcanic ash covering their village, that'd be cool. Floating magma covering their village, or lava once it gets outside of the volcano, it's lava, once it's inside, it's magma. Lava covering the village, probably not great. If it was a coastal village, it could be beneficial in the long run because it would make the land encroach even further into the ocean to give them a bit more space on their island or peninsula or wherever they are, but they are in the middle of land. So they literally get no benefit from lava flowing freely. But some ash, not bad. Not bad for the agriculture. Reward you properly for your assistance, several days worth, and something besides just money for Sarasa. I wonder what's it gonna be. Some alchemical ingredients? Maybe? I don't know. I don't know what else can they offer to Sarasa that would be like besides money and that would be beneficial to her in like a lot. She already has a place, so not like getting a deed to a piece of land would help her. She already established trade relationships with the big city, so not like some writ of, I don't know, something, or the title of honorary merchant or whatever would help her. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, we'll see. I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued by that something besides the money. Something besides just money. That seems to be some sort of a goulash? Cream based chicken goulash with broccoli? Chicken broccoli with white sauce is great. I genuinely do enjoy it. Maybe some clam chowder. I don't know, never had clam chowder, but it always looks like white goop. So, might be it. Salamanders are supposed to be around 5 meters long. Yeah, definitely not 5 meters. Yeah. Killing the salamander is a convenient way to solve all of their financial problems and then some. Problem is finding a buyer. That's interesting. I like it. I really do like that they have to worry about a buyer. Very often in fantasy series, the main character or whoever finds, I don't know, an ancient sword of ancientness of gods or whatever, and they're trying to sell it, and they manage to sell it to like first armorer they meet on the way. First blacksmith's just gonna buy it. They find some ancient relic and they can just sell it at the merchant's guild or at a stall on a bazaar or whatever. Truth is, things as rare as those are not an easy sell. Someone who buys it needs to know the value of it, first and foremost. They need to have enough money, and they themselves need to have a buyer. Unless you're selling to like a final buyer, to a collector or whatever, then sure, it's not an issue, but you need to have connections to do that. If you just sell it to a random merchant, chances are that merchant will either not know the value of what you're selling them and will give you much less money than you deserve, or they will not see value in what you brought them. They're just gonna see it as a random trash from a dungeon, and they're just not gonna buy it because why would they need it? Or they're not gonna have enough money to buy it from you. Interesting that they have to worry about that. This series in general is great about worrying about those very down to earth things, and it really adds to the. It really helps ground this universe a little in reality. That they have to worry about buyers, they have to worry about market, they have to worry about the ecosystem. It's not just being hand waved because someone's gonna buy it, and who cares about some frostfang bats losing their lairs. No, those things genuinely matter. Could you defeat even a monster of that on that level in no time flat? Not on my own, but with your help, and if I use my trump card. This is. I don't want to speak negatively of it because it's not a big deal. It's just a nitpick. That they're talking, oh, I've got something like a trump card I can rely on for that. And it's said in a way that we're not supposed to know what the trump card might be. And then later on, she reveals, right? We see a flashback to this scene that she reveals that, oh, I can take off my limiter and that's gonna be my trump card. It's as if we weren't supposed to know that it's her trump card. But her limiter is shown right here as she talks about her trump card. And we know that it is indeed her trump card because she gets super fucking powerful when she takes it off. So, kind of a dissonance here, because on one hand they want us to believe they want us to like not know what the trump card is, and on the other they are very heavy-handed with showing us what the trump card is. Again, just a nitpick. Don't take it as as some big negative. There's a salamander about, it certainly is a concern. The ecosystem will collapse and it will have an impact on a huge scale. Indeed, volcanic eruptions do tend to change the local ecosystem a fair bit. Earthquakes, apparently, it might have also caused the incident with the transfer circle. I wonder if that was it. I wonder if the issue was the salamander shifting ley lines around, or was the issue that Sarasa's limiter was sent, and since it saps or limits power, then it just sapped the power out of the ley line and burned out the magic circle or something. I wonder. I wonder which one is the case. Other normal strength, you should be fine if you give it your all. Not normal strength, that's the issue. I wonder again what caused that salamander to be so powerful, so much more powerful than it should have been. Someone maybe fiddled with it. Wrong choice of words. Someone maybe caused it to grow so strong, maybe gave it a potion or cast a spell or something to cause havoc, to grow it up nice and plump and harvest more materials. I don't know, maybe. I don't want to immediately assume malice on the part of someone, of some imaginary villain that we haven't seen yet, but that would certainly be one explanation. Another explanation would be that it just happened to grow this big because there were a lot of Hellflame Grizzlies and it's super warm in a volcano, so it could eat a lot and absorb a lot of heat, so it grew super big. And that's all there is to it. Might very well be the explanation. There have been a lot of quakes lately. I wish we were able to see them. That's one thing I have to say. I wish that for the past like 3 episodes there would be just a random earthquake, like slight earthshake. I'm not talking like plates falling out of cabinets and buildings being leveled, but just a little bit of a shake and rattling cutlery in the cupboard. I wish it was set up a little bit earlier. Because her saying that it's true there have been a lot of quakes lately is just telling instead of showing. Well, it could have very easily been shown to build up that sort of a mystery, right? What's causing those earthquakes? It's probably gonna be the finale of the season, resolving these earthquakes and the anticipation. What's it gonna be, right? I'm not saying it was done badly, it just could have been done better. And yeah, they can repay their debts. Preparations, yes, thank you. Thank you. I am a huge sucker for preparations. I freely admit. I love the Witcher games because you can actually prepare before combat. You can actually take an appropriate elixirs and decoctions and put an oil on your sword and prepare bombs and signs and whatnot, and you can go in fully prepared. Maybe have a set of armor that's really good against poison or something. You can prepare and then go into battle and feel like you are actually prepared and feel the difference. I really did enjoy playing Two Worlds one, I think. Yeah, I think Two Worlds 1 had the better alchemy system that allowed you to essentially, not infinitely, but it allowed you to stack effects of your potions like a lot. You could have like 7 different effects on your potion, and I loved creating those potions, and I loved using them before battles, and I loved going on into the battle cranked up on potions and having a blast because I was prepared. Two Worlds 2 kind of fell off in that regard. I think you were able to create potions that had a maximum of like 2 effects or something like that. Never played particularly much with potion crafting in Skyrim because it's usually also like you can get a couple effects on a potion and that's it. Perhaps there are mods. I'm gonna have to revisit Skyrim again someday, modded to the point of crashing. Those are the best playthroughs. Although eventually you just play through the game modded and you end in at like Whiterun and stop playing. That's the cycle of playing modded Skyrim, isn't it? And yeah, I genuinely do like preparing for combat, and that's something that many pieces of media seem to be lacking, especially when it comes. Well, not especially, but when it comes to anime and manga, uh, that's very visible because yeah, that's very visible. Characters in shows, in fantasy shows or sci-fi or whatever, or in isekais, very rarely do actually prepare for combat. They very rarely do even change their gear. They just get the first set of gear when they're young little newbies, then they get the better set of gear and they just use it until the end of time. And they just go into any sort of battle with that very set of gear, and there's nothing more to that. Whether they go against dragons or against skeletons or against mandragora wolves or whatever, they go in with their trusty sword of light and their light armor of barbarian and their fireballs, and they never bother to switch to like a mallet or to drink some potions or to change their gear or anything of the sort. And it kind of bothers me, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm a sucker for visual progression, that's one thing. Uh, but yeah, I think Overlord is a good example of doing it well, where Ainz actually prepares before those big fights, big combats, right? Researches their enemies and prepares some spells and some subterfuge and sets up their minions around the field and creates a barrier around the battle area. Things like that. I really like Overlord for this reason. And going back to Shinmai Renkinjutsushi, I like that they are actually preparing. that they aren't just going in raw, just like that, without any gear, just Sarasa in her clothes, Iris and Kate in their clothes, and just going in. No, they create a brand new set of gear that has a distinct look. They create some brand new weapons to be used that are presumably effective against the salamander. They're going on with a plan. They do some research. They get a map. Thumbs up for that. Huge, huge thumbs up for that. I very much miss this approach in media as a whole. Yeah, using ingredients from the lava lizards, hellflame grizzlies, frostfang bats, and whatnot. We need to gather pelts. We need to use those ingredients to create some fire-resistant boots and fire-resistant capes and whatnot. We don't have enough, so we use our connections with other alchemists to get some ingredients from them, to get some help. Yeah, my wife's father is a merchant, so he can bring those ingredients while he's out there in the big city doing his merchant things, right? I really do like it. That it's not just raw dogging it, but they are actually genuinely preparing for like 2 whole weeks. Protective gear, yeah, a map, sets of clothes, matching colors, of course. Eating good, sleeping good, getting some Sherpas. Essentially, they're making for Sherpas for them, getting their bags and carrying them. Making plans beforehand. Although, are they really carrying any... I don't see them carrying any luggage. Just being there to carry our luggage really is huge help. Due to them not carrying the luggage, only Sarasa having something. I'm just gonna hand wave it. I'm honestly just gonna hand wave it. And yeah, the shakes are getting worse and worse. Also, I love this little scene and the juxtaposition of this, right? I'm assuming the wife handling to her husband, seeking comfort in a dangerous situation, and in this case, it's the husband hugging his wife in search for safety and comfort. I really like this bit. And yeah, the earth shakes are getting stronger and stronger. We can go there through a lava tube. And of course she's here because she's worried. And of course she has a mask that does absolutely nothing. That's a trope by this point, a trope that I don't mind. It's equivalent to people like wearing Groucho Marx spectacles with a big nose and some fake mustache. You know that it's not gonna work, but it's the symbolism that matters. And in this case, it's a superhero mask. So that signifies that should anything go awry, she's gonna be there to save the day. Kinda takes away a little bit from the tension of this whole situation. Not gonna lie, you know that nothing bad is gonna happen because should Sarasa fail, should Sarasa faint, should she, I don't not know how to help Iris when she gets burned or something along those lines, Sarasa's master is here to help, but I don't mind it. The lizards are very docile. Incredible heat, of course. They stay behind to prepare a camp. Of course, that's gonna be needed. We gear up in fire-resistant gear. It actually looks good. That's another thumbs up for creating gear that actually looks decent, and it's not just a random tunic with a pattern thrown over it, but it actually seems like proper new upgraded gear. Also interesting how in those midpoint screens, Sarasa's master also appears, both here and here. She never is there, and for all we know, she shouldn't be there because nobody knows that she's here, but she is here. She is accompanying them to the Salamander's lair, so she's also shown in here. Yeah, everybody's scared because of course they are. And so we learn of the plan. Saras is gonna remove the pendant, cast a big fuck off spell, but it needs some time to charge up, so Iris and Kate will need to grab the Salamander's attention, and Saras is gonna be spent after casting this big spell, so they're gonna need to get her out of there safely. That's another role they're gonna have. This gear is expensive, so be sure to not miss. This is some great effects on the lava. I really do like this, like, blocky looking effect. It reminds me of... What does it remind me of? One thing it reminds me of is tinted glass. Sometimes you see, like... vases or something made of tinted glass. What's it called in English? I'm missing the word. Google Translate to the rescue. Stained glass. Okay, so it's just called stained glass. Great. I thought it has a proper name, but no, apparently not. Like stained glass vases that are made of those bits of stained glass connected with some solder or something, and they don't necessarily make any sort of coherent shape, they just look cool. That's what it reminds me of. And also, perhaps nowadays kids won't remember, but in my days, when you would get bored, you'd open MS Paint and draw some scribbles with black pen, and then you'd take the bucket and fill different bits, different places with different colors, and that's what it reminds me of as well. Can I capture MS Paint window, maybe? I can. Great. Let me show you what I mean. You take the black, you do all sorts of scribbles like that, and then you take the bucket and proceed to color different bits with different colors. Some green, some red here and there. You'd throw in some, I don't know, some purple, and you'd create those stained glass patterns, and then you would set it for your PC background, and you would feel like an artist. That's exactly what this pattern on the lava, on the magma reminds me of, and I love it. But the effect is also cool. This... what does it remind me of? I don't know. I can't tell, but this is some amazing effect on the lava as it breaks out. Flying lizard, not so much, but the lava here, that also looks cool. Fire effects on those rocks. And in this shot of the lizard, the detail on it, that looks like something out of a show with a much higher budget than this show actually got. It wouldn't be out of place. This like dolly cam. Yeah, oh, that looks great. That lizard looks absolutely amazing. this transition, the detail on it, this explosion, like white out frame. Honestly, it wouldn't look out of place in like One Punch Man season 1 or in, fuck, I don't know, what's a good looking show nowadays. Chainsaw Man. I guess people like its style. Like it really wouldn't look out of place in a show with a much higher budget. I love the effects on this lizard. Not in all the shots, sure. Sometimes it looks kind of derpy, but you can't put this amount of detail in every shot. It reminds us, the viewers, that although that shot of the lizard with all the details and whatnot very much did look like a show with a much higher budget, it is unfortunately not a show with a much higher budget. This effect of those ice stones flying in, that's also great. Yeah, so, some really, really cool shots, really cool patterns, really cool visuals. I really like the visual of this breaking ice. Sarasa's casting. Here we have more of the lizard. I think at times it's animated on once. There's a couple of smear frames, that's for sure. Yeah, that little bit was animated on once. That's like a finale worthy battle, but it's not the finale yet. Okay, when do we see the shot from above? There was a shot from above. Was the lizard breathes fire? Yeah, the scene of the lizard breathing fire. Again, another great shot. That's... I'm in awe. I'm genuinely in awe. All this time I was... my feelings about the visuals of this anime were between decent enough and meh. This shows that they can actually do something really cool looking. She's able to withstand the heat. Not a hit by a piece of rock, I'm assuming, or something that hit her in the forehead. Yeah, I'm not gonna look for that moment, but there was that shot from above that showed Sarasa repelling the flames, and it was a cool spin on the usual scene of two like laser beams fighting, right? The hero uses a light beam, the enemy uses a dark beam, and they meet in the middle, and sparks are flying. The final battle with Harry Potter versus Voldemort, and pointing their beams at each other. This time it was Sarasa standing in the middle, creating that zone of cold around her and repelling the flames, but not in a straight beam versus straight beam, but the flames actually going around her. I found that visual also really, really cool. Is it maybe gonna be this? No, it's something earlier, I think. Also, cool effect on the magic. all those rainbow reflections. You can see it's freezing fucking cold ball of ice. Smoke grenade. Yeah, it was earlier. Never mind. In any case, Sarasa is able to cast one big, huge spell that freezes everything solid. Even the magma, even the rocks, even the lava, everything. Just not the lizard, just not the salamander. It's still way too powerful. I thought this is gonna be some moment of like power of Nakama, that Iris and Kate are going to pour their magic into Sarasa or something along those lines. If your magic isn't enough, then take ours. No, but if you give me your magic, then you will pass out, and how are you going to be able to run? Oh, no worries. We believe in you that you will just kill the salamander, so we won't have to run. You know, this kind of a moment. But no, it is a little bit of power of Nakama, but not a literal power. There's the power of the mentor, though. That's also a subgenre of the power of Nakama, I'm guessing. Your magical power can still go further. Show me the willpower of Sarasa Feed Alchemist. Renkinjutsushi. And there's the power. Even a salamander freezes solid. Hopefully. Did we beat it? Normally I'll be able to tell. Shall we check up close? This is very interesting. I'm actually used to characters just checking if the enemy is actually dead. Oh, it's frozen solid, but is it really? And the character walks up and just, I don't know, knocks on it or something. And either it is frozen solid and dead, or it wakes up. The ice crumbles and the enemy is back up and about. I really got used to that. The fact that Sarasa actually has a proper explanation that no, we shouldn't. I want closure too, but for now I can't guarantee our safety. Yeah, we can come back tomorrow. And right now I'm spent. I don't have any magic left. You two are not gonna beat it. So if we touch it and it wakes up, we're kind of fucked. So let's leave it as it is. If it stays frozen, that's great. If it wakes up, well, we're gonna have to get reinforcements and come back for it the next day or in a week's time or something. But we gain nothing checking right now. On the contrary, we can lose. That's cool. I like it. I really, really do. Glance at her master and ending. I have a feeling this salamander either actually is frozen solid and dead, or the next day it's not gonna be there. Someone's gonna take it. Someone who put some resources into making it grow and making it well, not attack the village, because it didn't attack the village, but someone who made it grow and made it cause all this issues. I'm gonna note it down, just in case. How should I say it? Salamander disappears. I wonder if that's gonna be some sort of a running theme. I have another theory noted down that crop failure in Iris's village wasn't natural. I wonder if there is someone walking around the world causing malice. A bit of a plague here, a bit of crop failure there, a couple of months of drought somewhere else, making a salamander grow bigger somewhere else, right? I'm not saying like a demon lord or something, but some sort of an antagonist that we might meet. I'd rather we not meet that antagonist particularly soon, because I very much do enjoy the structure of the show as it is right now, where it's essentially an issue of the week without any like big villains and big antagonists. But still, yeah, Loria is just not even bothering going back to her home. She just lives here now. Just like I believe this sky will be clear again tomorrow. And some brand new alchemical things, ice crystal and ice star for the tip of the arrow. There we go. That's it. Ah, fuck. I hit my mic. Sorry for that. Okay. That was episode 11 of Shinmai Renkinjutsushi no Tenpo Keiei. Felt very much like a finale, and that makes me think the actual finale, episode 12, will be just a bit of downtime. We're gonna sum up what Sarasa achieved. She's gonna get her reward. Iris is gonna pay off her family's debt, and everything's gonna be fine in the world. And that's fine by me. Honestly, that's perfectly fine by me. I don't need some grand conspiracy to be suddenly unveiled. As I mentioned before, that perhaps someone is going out and about, causing malice, causing the crop failure in our Iris's village, causing the salamander to grow and stuff like that. I don't need something like that in this series. Honestly, keep it to issue of the week with some like 2 or 3-parter episodes, like the previous episode and today's episode with the salamander being essentially a 2-parter, like the episodes with the Hellflame Grizzly Stampede, that was also a 2-parter. But besides that, keep it to an issue of the week. Keep Sarasa inventing new things, new products. Keep her trading. Keep her, I don't know, going against scammers, keep her trying to help villagers, keep her making friends, keep her going on adventures, right? That sort of stuff. That's what I need, that's what I want. And the overarching plot, we have the alchemical tomes. Do we need anything more, really, than just Sarasa going through those alchemical tomes, figuring out all those brand new creations and stuff? I don't think we do. Not yet. Perhaps with time, we're gonna need some sort of an antagonist to appear. Long scale, large scale antagonist, not like greedily that appear there for just a single episode or something like that. But again, I don't want to say a demon lord, but something of that kind, some long-term enemy. Perhaps with time, it's gonna be needed, but not right now. And again, I'm perfectly fine with that. I'm perfectly fine with there not being any world-ending stakes. More so, I like the fact that there are no world-ending stakes. There's way too many anime and manga and light novels who have the premise, I talked about it already, who have the premise of, I came to this world to be a baker. And the first 3 chapters are the main character being a baker, but then in chapter 4, he discovers that leveling up his baking skill also gives him control over life and death and allows him to cast fireballs. And then in chapter 6, Demon Lord appears, and our baker is the only one who's able to go against the Demon Lord, despite the baker class being the worst class ever, or some shit like that. There's so many examples of that. I think I talked about it already. Walking Isekai, a series where the main character walks, and that's his power, and he never gets tired as long as he walks, no matter the weight he carries or anything like that. Well, turns out that walking is not his only superpower, because by walking he leveled up enough that he's now able to master fighting with a sword and casting fireballs and shit. What's the point of a gimmick if you're just gonna remove it, right? This show so far has been very, very, very good at keeping the gimmick, not making it irrelevant, not turning Sarasa into a generic protagonist. She's an alchemist. She does alchemy. That's what there is to it. She's not a hero. She's not a chosen one. Maybe to a degree, maybe in the future, I don't know. But right now, she's just a local village alchemist. A really good alchemist, a really strong alchemist, but an alchemist nonetheless. It's not losing the gimmick, and I love it. And I hope it doesn't lose its gimmick until the very, very, very end. I wanna check something real quick. How many episodes is it? Shinmai Renkinjutsushi no Tenpo Keiei. Yeah, it's listed for 12 episodes. There is an ONA, Shinmai Renkinjutsushi no Tenpo Keiei mini anime. Okay, there's a manga. Sure. When I finish watching it, I might very well just go about the manga. And I wanted to take a brief look at the stuff real quick. Not much stuff is listed, actually. I wanted to see if someone is listed specifically for this episode, for the effects on the lava, on the magma. Adaptation, side story. Yeah, we don't know about any plans for a sequel, which is a bummer, but I guess understandable. Staff. No, not really much staff listed. Oh well. Oh well. Oh well. I think that's gonna be it. I don't think I have anything more to say. I did very much enjoy today's episode. I am very much looking forward to future episodes. I very much look forward to what's beyond those episodes, be it in a sequel anime or in a manga that I might start reading. If there's no news about a sequel in like 2 seasons' time or something, I'm just gonna start reading the manga. That's how I'm gonna do it. But right now, I think that's gonna be it. But maybe you guys have something more to add, and if so, do say so in the comments down below. What did you think of this episode, of my reaction, my theories, stuff like that? No spoilers, please, I beg of you. If you do want to talk spoilers, Discord is here, also linked in the description below. You can join it. There is a Shinmai Renkinjutsushi no Tenpo Keiei channel where you can talk about spoilers to your heart's content, because you can use spoiler tags and I'm not gonna read them. Like this video if you liked it, dislike it if you disliked it, but tell me why so I can improve. Subscribe to the channel to be notified of future releases of not only Shinmai Renkinjutsushi no Tenpo Keiei, but also Symphogear Axis, Gundam Witch from Mercury, Tensei Shitaraken Deshita, Arcanite's Prelude to Dawn, Madoka Magica. I'm gonna continue that, believe you me. I know it might not look like it, but I am going to continue. And others. I'm gonna be streaming sometime soon my look at the anime coming in the winter 2023 season, so you might want to click the bell, for example, next to the subscribe button to be notified when I go live. Support the channel if you want monetarily. Patreon Throne, links in the description below. On Patreon for $10 a month to get early access to non-seasonal shows like Symphogear, Madoka, and others. And for just a single $1 a month, you get your role on the Discord, the place and credits, and I sometimes also release seasonal shows a couple days early on that very tier. On the Throne, you can pitch in directly towards my purchase of better gear, better software, stuff like that. And if you don't want to spend any money whatsoever, costs you absolutely nothing, share my content, spread the word, costs you nothing, as I said, and helps the channel very, very much. And with that out of the way, that's gonna be it from me for today. So as always, you guys do all the good stuff, and I'm gonna see you in the next one. Cheers. And here's a list of my wonderful, wonderful Patreons, and you can be one of them if only such is your heart's desire.